Hey guys, welcome back. This is me, your everyday glam scarecrow, and I'm gonna tell you how to get this easy little glam scarecrowy look starting now. So first of all, I started off with my Amazonian Clay Foundation by Tarte and packed this on with my Smoothie Blender brush. I've been loving this brush lately. It really does pack on the product. Especially with all my skin issues, this has really just been like covering it all and making it go on flawlessly. So once I'm finished with that, I'm taking my Shape Tape, obviously, and putting that in all of the high points on my face, highlighting, blending that out with my Beauty Blender. And once I'm finished with that, I'm taking my Filtered Light Powder, which is also by Tarte, and just kind of, sending everything. Next, I'm taking my Park Avenue Princess bronzer and aggressively bronzing my face. This is like my new term, aggressively bronzing. So once I'm finished with that, I took my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow and just started making little freckles. I wanted to make this kind of cartoony, so I don't really care that they're that pigmented. This is nice because I'm covering up little pimples that I have too, nice little camouflage idea. So I'm blending this out with a tiny brush just so the product is not as harsh on my face. And when I'm done with that, I'm just going to go in with a little bit of my chocolate brow wiz just to give a little bit more definition with the freckles and just to make them a little bit more scattered around and not as bold, and just blending them out again. So once I'm done with that, I'm going to take my Brow Duo by Anastasia and brush my brows out and just fill them in with some powder. I don't want to make them too bold. I just kind of want like a brow going on. So once I'm finished with that, I'm going to start with my eyeshadow. So I'm using the Jaclyn Hill palette, my fave, and starting off with MFEO and just putting that right into my crease with a big fluffy Morphe brush and just kind of blowing this out. I want to make this eye more orangey, so this is a good transition shade for that. So once I'm done with that, I'm actually taking Pukey and Roxanne, and I'm going to be focusing that more so in the crease. These shades are so easily blendable, so I really like to make sure I go back and get everything in to make sure it looks nice and smooth. So now I'm taking Hunts with this angled OCC brush. I have always loved this brush, and every time I pick it up, just does the job. And I'm just packing this color on my lid. So now I'm just gonna blend it out a little bit more again, just to make sure that there's no weird lines. Now I'm taking Creamsicle, which is my favorite shade in the palette, and I'm just gonna kind of blend out my crease again, just making sure that everything is unified and we are good to go. So after I'm done with that, I'm taking a little bit of Beam and Light, which are those highlighty shades, and just popping them in my inner quarter and then just doing a little bit of highlighting underneath my brow bone. Usually I just use my highlighter, but today we're improvising. So once I'm finished with that, just giving it a little blend, and we're gonna start with underneath the eyes. So I'm just taking MFEO, and then I'm putting a little bit of Roxanne on top of that. I didn't want to make it too blown out underneath. I just wanted it to still have that red, burnt orange, yellowy vibe, So now I'm taking this Tarte pencil liner, and I'm doing my waterline. I forgot what a waterline was. I'm just putting some liner on my waterline, and I'm going to put some liner on and lashes. So these were actually my Adara lashes in Celine. And now I'm just going back with a little bit of Abyss with this flat Morphe blush brush, and, just kind of smoking things out. Now taking my Tardis liner, I'm just going to kind of make it look a little like edgy, smudgy underneath my eyes. I was inspired by a picture. I will make sure I put the link down below in my description of what that picture looked like, and the girl that had this look did this underneath her eyes, and it looked so cool. It really made her eyes pop out. So now we're going to be moving on to those cheeks. So I actually took a MAC lipstick. This is in the shade Dangerous, and I just started to gently press this on my cheeks. I wish I had something different, but I just had to make it work. So once I went over with my first layer, I just kind of blended it out with my fingers. I realized later on that it should have been a little bit more pigmented, but you gotta You gotta work with what you got. So once I did that, I actually went in with a NYX liquid lipstick. This was the soft matte version in, what was the name, Morocco. And I just kind of blended this on top. Later I realized I made them a little too big, my cheeks, but whatever. So then I just packed a little bit of Hunts on top just to set it. And then took the same NYX, yeah, what? Oh my god, my brain's not working. NYX liquid lipstick, and I just kind of drew that nose. Again, that was a little tricky. I should have used a brush, but you know, you live and you learn. So once I finished that, I packed on a little bit more shadow just to kind of set it in place and mattify it, and then I traced it with that same Tarte liner. Again, I'm not very big on making things perfect and clean, so I wanted this to kind of be like a raggedy scarecrow. Aren't scarecrows raggedy? So then I took my Tarteist liquid clay paint liner. Oh, what am I saying? And I made the little stitches on my nose, which I thought were just so cute. Honestly, this look is really easy to do. If you are in a rush or you need like some kind of Halloween look, look, I'm complaining to James. This really is like a half-hour look. Now I'm taking this MAC liquid retro matte lipstick in Caviar and just putting it on my bottom lip, which felt really weird doing. You know, you're just used to putting it on both your lips. And then I'm drawing it out. I'm making those smile lines. You could see, like, I think I went up a little too high on my cheeks, but, you know, whatever. So now I actually made the lines a little bit bolder, which were kind of tricky because I didn't realize that my lip shape wasn't going to really work with it. I already have full-ish lips, so the one side got a little wonky and jokerish, but whatever, it turned out fine. So that's basically what I'm doing right here. And then once I was done with that, I just started drawing the little stitches on my mouth. So then I realized I wanted a little bit more detailing on my face, so I just drew little stitches around my head too. That's kind of like my favorite part whenever you're doing like a fun look like this, is that once you kind of create the canvas or you create what you wanted to create, you can just kind of go back and have fun with it and like put your own twist on it. And I think that's just what is so fun about Halloween makeup in general, is that you really can make it your own and there's no wrong way to do it. Look how cute. So when I was finished with that, I took a little bit of this NYX glitter liner. I believe the shade is called Crystal Silk. And I just did a little bit underneath my eyes. I'm not like a crying scarecrow, but I don't know. I needed to make this scarecrow a little bit more dramatic, and this was the only way that I could possibly do that. And then, of course, I put a little bit in my inner corners, and then once I was actually finished with that, I took a little bit of my Trophy Wife by Rihanna and just put a little bit of that in my inner corner just to kind of make it pop more. I love this highlighter so much. And that pretty much sums up the entire look. I put a little bit of glitter on my cheeks. Again, gotta make it dramatic, but this was so cute. It was a lot of fun to do and very quick. I'm definitely gonna try to get 1 or 2 more Halloween tutorials, so stay tuned and thank you guys for watching.